What's going on, everyone? Welcome back after a long time. We finally recovered. Just barely. Right, Brad?
We survived. I bailed slightly early because I like my brain cells. But yes, we all seem to have survived the events. I was slightly kidnapped for a while, but it all worked out. So
I'll tell you who didn't survive.
Your dignity didn't survive.
I didn't want to bring that one up, but fuck you.
Yikes! Starting off strong today.
We lost someone in the stream.
We did lose someone.
We lost someone, and this first pour goes out to that lost someone. This pour of BBC, delicious BBC from Iron Root Republic Distilleries, is in honor of our good friend Josh Galladay, who didn't survive. He's dead.
It's true. He perished after the stream, unfortunately. I'm going to be drinking the same thing. I have a small sample that you left behind last time you were in town.
Indeed. And yeah, so we're going to have just a quick moment of silence for Mr. Josh Galladay. Yeah, we'll put up links down below so you guys can actually see what's going on with Josh. We're going to try and convince him to come back and discuss further his new venture. But in the meantime,
we could do that if he was still alive. Unfortunately, he did perish, so we'll see, I guess, what happens. Jeremy, he's not dead, he's sleeping. I mean, debatable. We'll see, I guess. But we do have someone else on the stream with us right now. What's going on with that, Vito?
We'll let that guy introduce himself.
Howdy, folks. My name is Dan. Some of you might have seen me around the tribe. I was kind of semi-approached by Vito there, mentioning that there was an opening after the dearly departed Josh. So I got some big shoes to fill, but I'm happy to be here and looking forward to have some fun and see if I can be semi-good replacement for the Ginger Texan.
And it's only costing us 3 times what Josh was getting. So, I mean, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, we're coming out on top only because Canadians are more trustworthy, not to die and leave other Canadians behind.
Objectively accurate.
Yes, it is objectively accurate. So hopefully we can maintain a trio for a little bit longer.
In slightly related news, I quit. I'm out. Goodbye forever. No.
This was Brad's plan all along.
Listen, I need to leave it a more professional stream than when we started. Now with Dan here, that's definitely happening because he's way more professional than any of us have ever been. So we're good.
I mean, just look at his subscribe sign in the background. Way better than mine.
Seriously, he's been here 30 seconds. He's already way more organized than me. Look at this nonsense behind me.
Unbelievable.
I've been learning from the best. You guys.
I was gonna say Rock Gut Review.
Yeah. So it's been a while since we've done anything or put out any content. We've been working on obviously seeing Josh grow in his new Texas whiskey life, which I don't think we have links right now, but you can definitely go take a look at his stuff. But me and Brad have been continuing on talks concerning a couple of ideas and maybe some new sort of content footage and ideas. Brad, you want to discuss a little bit of the trinkets?
I mean, I can. So we're working on coins. We've got a design, I think, nailed down. We just sort of have to finalize details and make them happen. So we'll definitely have those pretty soon, and definitely in time to share with people in Texas in October, if not before then somehow. And we got some t-shirts that are probably going to be happening soon. We got, of course, the polos like Vito is wearing now that we're going to be starting to offer probably at some point if we work it out. I don't know. Everything is very in flux right now.
Yeah, we're still working on finalizing everything.
Things are definitely starting to get to the point where they will be happening very, very soon, including a lot more video content, which I suppose this month would be a very low bar since we haven't really done much.
We have,
but the videos will start rolling once more. Probably less focused on straight reviews, at least on my end. And I know, Vito, you've got some other interesting, not necessarily straight review related plans too. But
yeah, so
there will be videos coming.
There will be videos coming. So essentially on my end, because I've pretty much ironed it out fully, is I'm going to be doing live stream videos Monday nights. As of right now, it looks like it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday evenings. So essentially, the idea is I'm going to pick a whiskey, and if you guys have it handy, then we can drink it together for the first little bit of the stream, kind of go back and forth in terms of what you're tasting, and kind of have like a pseudo online tasting and kind of share notes and whatnot. Oh, Gretchen Galladay with the $14.99 super chat.
Gretchen.
Okay, so before the stream started, Gretchen gave us $2 to not burn down the stream. And now she's giving $15 to pimp her own new project with Josh. I don't know about this. I don't know about these Galladay people. They're sketchy.
That's why we have a Canadian. Now we're all Canadian. Now we're all nice.
It's true.
But yes, Texas Whiskey Life believes in you. Thank you. The Cask Strength crew believes in the Texas Whiskey Life.
Yeah, no, everything that they've been doing and everything I've seen so far from their new things they're rolling out has been great. So I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not bitter at all that Josh left.
I haven't seen anyone that advocates and is a better ambassador for Texas whiskey than both Josh and Gretchen.
For sure, yeah.
Like, they're all about it. They do a good job promoting it, obviously, and they're obviously going to have some good success.
Jeremy in the chat is saying that Vito needs to drink some White Walker now because we got super chats. Yeah, I think that was strictly for the last stream. He hasn't said anything this time around. So
after
in good conscience,
the way the stream ended last time, with just the sheer amount of evil that I had ingested throughout the day, that being the White Walker, it is safe to say that I will never be drinking White Walker again, because the luge, as it is known, will never happen again. Ever.
Never say never.
Until Vito gets drunk and someone suggests it, and it'll be a thing.
There are people that are a little bit upset and disappointed about that, so that will never happen again. But never, I guess, never say never.
Already backtracking.
Yep.
So should we officially toast to the dearly departed?
Yes, we'll toast to.
Absolutely.
We'll toast some whiskey to Josh and Gretchen and their new venture. May they rest in peace. I'm joking. Love you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
That BBC is sweet and thick.
Really is. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having Eleanor 1860.
That's tasty too.
It actually is quite tasty. If I'm being honest, it's much nicer than the last time I opened this little bottle. So that's a bonus.
Yeah, it oxidizes pretty well from what I remember of the different Eleanors that I've had so far. So.
I would have to agree.
I can't wait to get my Eleanor 2 back from Texas. That was the magic barrel, as Rex put it.
I can't wait till you get that from Texas.
You will be the first person that I will open it up with, seeing that you're now part of the crew.
Excellent.
So backtracking just so I can finish the thought that is just like kind of lingering right there. If you guys Monday nights, if you have the whiskey and have a back and forth for like the first 5-10 minutes and sort of do like a live review like this, if people want to watch a review, they can watch the first 10 minutes. Maybe I'll get to the point where I just chop up the first live, like the portion of the live stream and put that as its own video, maybe. But that's the plan. Is I'm probably maybe do one video a month of like pre-recorded content if I can squeeze it, but it gets to be a pretty busy. It's gotten really busy for me to keep up with the filming and the editing and everything like that, because I'm not proficient in either. So this just seems like a middle ground between getting content out to everybody and with the added benefit of being able to talk and interact with everybody.
Right.
So that's on the horizon. It doesn't start next Monday because next week, and we'll talk about this, it's the dry week. So it will begin the following Monday, which, if I'm not mistaken, is August the 3rd.
That sounds right.
It is August the 5th.
Okay.
August 5th is when I will be starting that live streaming. So just keep a lookout on all of our social media stuff, and you'll see. And I guess, big shout out to Easy Mac for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate it there, buddy. I don't know, we'll figure it out. If you guys have suggestions that don't involve me ingesting any White Walker as to what I'll do today,
I happen to know you have a wide selection of shitty whiskey beyond White Walker.
Oh my God, no more. no more. Literally, this is so last Saturday I was at the Silver Fox open house and visited Dan, and I had maybe an ounce of whiskey. I haven't had anything to drink since that Saturday.
Wow.
I honestly feel like I broke something in my body.
The last dram you had was that long row then?
Was the long row? Yeah, that's the last little bit of whiskey I had.
That's a beautiful, beautiful pour.
Yeah, no, it really is so good. Let's see what the people are saying. Petricone, I love and hate you. Why would I want to drink anything other than White Walker? He's like, oh, there, buddy.
Why would you want to?
I can't wait to see you. I'm gonna kick you in your shin. I think that's my insult from now on because I'm so tiny. It's like I'm just gonna kick you in your shin because everyone's so much taller than me. Drink moonshine. You know what? Maybe I will do that because we know someone who's making some moonshine legally, and maybe I can get some foolproof moonshine and take a swig of that because it's very good stuff. Maybe I'll do that. That might be something. I'll keep that. I'll write it down. Jeremy, write it down.
Oh, Bourbon Sane just showed up in the chat. Hey,
Hey,
Crusaders are here. Hey.
Sam, my fellow drinking buddy, come October. we gotta keep like have a pitch count, me and Sam in October, so that we don't exceed a certain amount of drinks.
Yeah, we don't want any actual death. It would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
You and Sam together in the same place, that seems like a dangerous opportunity for liver failure.
Okay, so actually, you know what? I just had an idea. And while I say the idea, Sweet Tea, I think that's Tim, right? I think that's Tim from Austin. I'm almost positive that's Tim from Austin.
Being super nice,
asking me to pour some Connemara for the super chat, and thank you very much for the $5 super chat there, buddy. October is going to be a blast. So my new idea.
Matt from Whiskey Crusaders is just saying that Vito should stay sober the whole weekend. So
that won't
happen. I don't see it happening. It would be funny, but I don't see that working out.
So my idea, and everybody in the chat sound off if this is crossing any sort of line with anybody. This is just all in good fun. I don't mean any. Sam was kissing a picture of Roy all night. the other night on her stream.
She abused that picture quite a bit.
She did. That picture's seen some shit now. Should I have printed up pictures of female whiskey tubers?
No, I would say a picture of Roy.
You know what? Yeah, that's better. I'm 100% Roy. It's happening. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So okay, the Connemara, and we've all had the Peter Connemara. Brad has for sure. Daniel, have you had it?
Yes, you gave me some actually.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
I might join you in a pour.
Very good. Let's do it. That was nothing. Everybody should make out with Roy. Yes, Sam. You should have a picture of Rex. That would be weird, but yeah, you know what? That might be. I might just go between Roy, Rex, and Ralphie. The trifecta.
Yikes.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Only if you'd like to lose a video to a lawsuit. I guess that's maybe in terms of the kissing pictures. Oh, Bill from Whiskey Dick's in the house. Hey man, what's going on? He's in New York. He's been doing some traveling. That guy there. He's getting around, putting some miles on the plane, on that passport. Do you still use your passport in national flights, like New York to Texas or stuff like that? I think you do, right?
I mean,
You don't use your passport,
but I don't think you have to.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was just because I've never flown to another Canadian city, so I don't know if that's a thing. If you need to show your passport for that,
not for us, not in domestic.
There you go. So domestic, that's the word I was looking for. I said national. Yeah, because you know words. Tim, cheers, my friend, for the Connemara. Brad, what are you pouring?
In celebration of us finally getting rid of the Texan and becoming a full Canadian crew, I'm drinking some Canadian whiskey, some Gooderham and Worts.
Oh, that's a really good idea. After this, I'm gonna switch over to all my Canadian stuff.
Yeah, same here.
Who needs Texas whiskey when you have all this damn good north of the border Canadian juice?
Right, and I will keep making that statement until I go to Texas in October, and I'm going to bring everything back with me.
It really is a shame that the good stuff doesn't make it to the States. And I know like it's a running joke and we always say it, but it really is true. Like some of the best stuff we have to offer just straight isn't available, even in the smallest quantity outside of Canada.
Yep.
Speaking of some really freaking good Canadian whiskey, so I was able to try a very small bit of Dylan's Cask Strength rye, and distillery only. It was in a small, like essentially like a rocks glass size bottle, and it was 10% malted rye and 90% unmalted rye. And if it was not, I don't like rye. That was the best rye I've ever had in my life. I could drink that all day, every day at 57 some odd percent.
You like that more than the Lot 40 cask?
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really, really good. I really, really liked it.
I found it. It was really good. I only had one taste of it ever. It was really, really good, but it was undeniably young, which I'm pretty sure it was a 3-year on the nose, more or less, because it was their first rye, first release. But it was really good. But I think that it's gonna really improve with age, even 1-2 more years, if they do decide to go that route. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it might have been at the point where it was young that it didn't develop those kind of typical rye notes.
Which is probably why you enjoyed it, because not being a rye person.
Yeah. So maybe.
Fair.
I don't know.
Well, I would probably really enjoy it too. Then.
Yeah, it was really good, Brad. So quick, I think were we discussing anything? I'm sorry, I'm really like flustered right now. We weren't discussing anything.
Hot and bothered.
Hot and bothered. It is. Yeah, man, you're just making me real hot right now on the inside. So
It's fair.
That happens.
So Tim said, I have a friend who is stuck on Crown Royal. She's in Ontario. What's a good Canadian whiskey to help her expand her horizons? Where in Ontario? Because we cover some space in Ontario.
We do.
We do. So Ottawa, Toronto, and essentially Georgetown. So like 4 hours and another hour and a half from me. If she's near one of us, we can definitely make some suggestions. But what's a good go-to Canadian whiskey? I would probably say for the price, Bareface. Is it Bareface or Bear? Yeah, Bareface.
Yeah, Bareface. Donald Rance in the chat just said Gooderham and Wart's 4 grain. Yeah, any of the Gooderham and Wart's.
Yeah,
really...
I have some of the 4 grain here with me right now. I'm gonna pour some of that right now.
Any of the JP Weiser's rare cask stuff like Dissertation and Seasoned Oak and all them. Those are all good.
Maybe more like easier to find stuff because the rare cask stuff's getting really hard to find.
True, it is getting tricky.
It depends. It depends on some LCBOs. There is shelves full of the Seasoned Oak and the Dissertation, and some they're long out. But again, those are a little pricier. The Seasoned Oak being 100, the Dissertation at 65. But a lot of them have been on clearance, so those are huge pickups if you find them on clearance. But they are definitely becoming more scarce because they are one run and then that's it, right?
Andrew Spurrell in the chat is saying Shelter Point, also a good choice for sure.
She's in Keswick, so just north of me, right? Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, it's just north of me. Yeah, it's just north of me. It's on the other side of Barrie.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not too far.
Barrie has some good stores. I know it's not in Barrie, but Barrie's got some good stock in two locations I always see when I'm scouring the inventory.
So I'm gonna pour some of that Gooderham and Wart's 4 grain now, because it's been a while since I've had it. So, and the first time I had it, I wasn't super impressed with it, but then the last couple of times I've had it, it's been getting really good.
Oh, Whiskey Crusaders, the bottle of Blanton's with the caribou on it. Yeah, Caribou Cross. Yeah, that's good stuff. It's pretty sweet for my taste, but it's good. Graham Young saying Glen Breton 10 and 14 are good. I think that is true.
The Connemara is so. The thing I like the best about it is you can tell it's an Irish. It's got all of the classic sweet, buttery Irish notes, and then it's got the peat on top of it.
Yeah,
like it's exactly what you would expect for a peated Irish.
Do you get any rhubarb? Because I get like a fresh baked rhubarb pie every time I open up my
bottle. Rhubarb pie on like a burning moss plate.
And while you contemplate that, welcome in the Mash and Drum, Jason. What's up, everybody? He just finished up his stream, probably about 10:30. So yeah, probably just finished up his stream. Missed out on it because I was busy doing laundry and shaving my dome. Look how bright that boy is!
Wow.
So bright,
shiny.
Very shiny.
You got the shaven.
I got the shaven, and actually I burnt my head last weekend, and now it's starting to peel ickily enough. Ickily? That's a word. Ickily.
Sure.
Ickily. Okay, so I really want to know what Dan intends to bring to. Are we a team?
Well, I mean, we got rid of the ginger, so he's got to bring the sex appeal, right?
It is.
God.
Look, he's already showing his butt to the camera.
There you go.
Oh, stock and barrel.
God.
Andrew Farrell says stock and barrel. I still haven't tried any of that stuff, but I've heard good things.
What do I intend to bring?
Yeah, like tell the people what you want to contribute, like in terms of like ideas or content.
And make it good so that I can just quit right now and let you do it.
Okay, I'll try my best. Well, basically, as you know, as I was telling Vito before, in about 2015, I thought about starting a channel or a stream or something just because I love talking about whiskey. It's roughly when I started my journey. Just being a part of the community and getting more people involved and interested while having fun at the same time was something I always wanted to do. But I have lots of different hobbies, so time and focus on one thing is a pretty rare thing for me. So it never really came to fruition. But now that I'm here, I plan to just do that, just contribute what I can, do some reviews, maybe do I really enjoy doing blind tests because it's just fun and it takes a good chunk of bravery, if you will, because I look stupid half the time. But it's fun and it's challenging. So just gonna bring lots of fun and interesting stuff, and hopefully get the community more involved and bring some more newcomers to the wonderful world of whiskey, which has been very good to me. Since joining the tribe, obviously, I've met you guys. I've met a lot of fantastic people that I'm happy to call friends now. And our friendship extends, beyond just the world of whiskey. And see if we can't perpetuate that and keep it going, have some fun. That's just the name of the game. I'm going to do my best.
Word.
Sounds like a plan.
Wordness to the
And that's probably the most planning that we've done so far. So that's good.
We haven't really done any planning since we started the channel.
I'm going to join Brad with some 11 Souls, and this sample I have was actually given to me by Sniper Mac.
Nice.
Sniper Mac, Mr. Mike McDonald from Toronto.
Mike McDonald. No, Burlington.
No, from just Toronto.
Listen, us non-Toronto people don't like to be lumped into that.
It's all Toronto to me.
Okay, to you, fine. But Vito.
You're all Toronto to me. So sorry because we're about 38 people in the chat right now. Not everyone saw the beginning of the stream. So Josh has perished, unfortunately. May he rest in peace. In his place, we have Dan Hayes of Toronto, a fellow Canadian. I had to do it. He in conversation, it came up that he was looking at extending his content creation to like more video platform, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to ask him to join our little foray. Am I using that word right? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure. Let's go with foray.
Why not?
Yeah, Jeffrey Petrone in the chat is saying even Brad is in Toronto to him. Fair enough. He's in Jersey, so that's fair.
Yeah, so Dan's going to be taking the place of Mr. Josh Galladay, who has started his own venture alongside his lovely wife, Gretchen, called The Texas Whiskey Life. And links will be in the description below, but you can find him on Instagram and Facebook right now. And so everyone, we'll give Dan, since we have about 40 people now, a big round of applause for joining the crew and the community, and our small little part of the community.
Oh, yay!
Thank you very much. Thanks,
That's
guys.
gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Jeremy puts it very well in the chat, I think. So the long and the short of it, Brad is a level 3, meaning a level 3 Somm. Dan brings a depth of knowledge the channel needs, and Vito brings a head that is used for white balance.
It's
That's awesome.
It's so bright. It really is.
It really is.
It blends in with the wall behind you, man.
It's used for white balance.
So bright. Also, football season started today. Well, not really. It's training camp, but yeah.
Sports ball. Woo.
Also,
that's the one with the egg, right?
That's the one with the egg ball.
Okay, good. Okay, I got it.
Nathan Robinson says Dan sounds like he has his act together. So I fooled him. I fooled at least one person.
That's all you need to do. Clearly,
with that little spiel.
To be successful, all you need to do is fool a few people, and you're golden, as we've proven. That said, Jerry's also saying that's not football because it's
American. It's American football.
It's American.
That's called hand egg.
Yeah,
hand egg. It's not football.
Listen here, you.
Yikes!
You just got hired. Don't make me fire you.
3 Canadians and we're fighting already.
But we love each other. I actually want to take just a quick second, just because I think it's really big news. A member of the whiskey community has a spawn incoming. Mr. John V is expecting a baby boy. So let's all just congratulate him and wish him, his wife, and his little baby well wishes. And John.
Yeah, cheers, John. And also, so does Mr. Mike McDonald, Cyberman.
I was about to get to him, but yes, Mike McDonald is expecting in the next month, I think, month and a half. A little. Do they know the gender yet? I think it's.
I'm not sure offhand.
I feel like I remember saying girl.
The information is, if he did share it with us, it's gotten lost in the shenanigans.
In the lack of brain cell activity.
Yeah. But yes, Mike McDonald. So a big cheers to Mike as well.
Absolutely. Cheers. Stock up on the whiskey. You'll need it. Trust me. Dan knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Dan's going to have to teach him how to pour Dan pours.
There you go.
Apparently, he's already been getting into the Dan pours. So
excellent.
Haze pours are a thing.
That'll conserve some whiskey. That's good.
Oh, they picked a name. John V picked a name. Riley.
Okay, cool.
Dig that name.
Yep. Cheers, Riley.
The Whiskey Geek is going to be a dad too. Check out his channel. Yes.
So many babies.
So many babies, and I just expect. I work with an older. I say older lady. She's like 5 years older than me, but she's
so younger than me.
Younger than you.
An older lady.
Here's the thing. She's got 2 kids, both over 12. And she keeps on getting on my ass. When you getting married? When you're getting married, you need to have kids. Because by the time she was 30, her boys were like, I think 5 or 6.
Right.
So she's giving me the gears, and it's like I just have expect her to come out. It's like all your friends are having babies. Why aren't you having babies?
Do your thing, man. Some people have kids, some people don't. You're still young.
I'm still young. I'm not in any rush. I'll have a kid eventually. I think I'd be a good dad. But yeah,
don't worry about having kids. Just come over and babysit. That's you don't need your own kid. It's fine.
Vito, recall your last visit to my place, and that's what you have to look forward to, okay?
Absolutely. Dude, that's... Man, I want that. I want to just be like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, Graham Young, cheers. Thanks for that super chat to the all-new Canuck trio.
The Canuck. Cheers. I mean, we're 3 Canadians. I feel like we should have like a very Canadian-centric nickname. Not Crazy Canucks. I feel like that's been done before.
No.
Vito's having babies is easy.
You go super cheesy like the Knuckleheads.
The Knuckleheads.
Oh God, I love it.
It's so horrible, but I also sort of love it. I'm very conflicted.
Please no little Vitos running around, or at least keep them in Canada. No, my kids are gonna travel. And again, if and when I have kids, I'm gonna instill like a good sense of like a need to travel and experience other cultures. That's definitely a big thing.
Yep.
Especially nowadays with all like the like intermingling of cultures and stuff like that. And traveling does make you way more accepting and tolerant and eye-opening to different cultures and experiences.
Oh, for
Big
sure.
time. Absolutely.
Here's a question for the chat. Where's the most exotic place you've ever visited? And the fridge does not count.
And what was their whiskey selection like when you were there?
Well, the most exotic place I've ever been to was Japan, and the whiskey selection was lacking everywhere I went.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was lacking. I found enough to like, you know, satiate myself. Dan makes me want to use big words. Dan, get out of here.
He's elevating the whole culture.
Yeah, he's really elevating. Right? He's making me want to be better. I didn't get this from Josh.
Wow.
You hear that, Josh?
That's a harsh indictment of Josh.
But yes.
And of me, I guess, too. Wait a second.
Sorry I had to find out this way, Brad.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, yeah. So just enough to get to, you know, tickle my fancy, but not enough to make me go, wow.
So what do we got here? Czech Republic, Whiskey Crusaders. That was one of their exotic places. Where else we got? Not
much whiskey there, but awesome beer. Yes, they would have good beer.
Yeah, for sure. Biscay region of Spain. That's Jason Unsworth. The Museo de Whiskey in San Sebastian. My friend of mine was a chef at a restaurant on San Sebastian.
Nice.
Panama. That's Mr. Mike.
Panama. My uncle keeps on telling me that I should go to Panama. I really want to go to Costa Rica.
Sure.
Tim, visit personally. But Peru's a nice one.
Peru is.
Yeah.
I haven't really been to a lot of exotic places. I guess on the cruise that I went to a few months back, they had a stop at the British Virgin Isles. It's probably the most exotic place.
Sure, that counts.
Not a ton of whiskey there. Rum for days, but not a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back to like eventually go back to like a Caribbean or Central American country and have like explore a bit of rum that you can only get there.
Right.
Abu Dhabi. Not much whiskey, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, not much.
Yeah. I wonder what the Angel share would be if they were aging whiskey in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, Graham
like a barrel a day.
Graham went to Orkney.
Orkney.
That is fantastic.
Nice whiskey. Yeah.
Sweet tea, Thailand and Vietnam, but most of his travel is not for amusement.
Fair.
So yeah, what are we running at? We're so good for time. 20 more minutes or so. I don't want to keep Dan up too late. I don't know how many coffees he's had actually.
One coffee past 5 p.m., buddy. And I'm jacked.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes.
I should refill. What am I going to have here? I got Shelter Point double barreled.
Do that one.
Oh, okay.
It was Shelter Point was brought up earlier for.
Oh, this is the one with the crazy glass cork that's probably going to be loud as hell. Oh, not too bad actually.
Who was asking before about his friend? I think it was I think it was Tim that his friend was in Keswick, and someone suggested Shelter Point. And we're joined by the Whiskey Mariachi.
Oh.
I haven't had the Shelter Point yet. Anything from them?
Well, next time I'm down, I will bring some. Don't worry.
Excellent.
Keaton Denny, what's up, boys? Trying to connect out in the middle of nowhere tonight. Thanks for trying to tune in. You're a gem.
It's dedication.
Dedication. So yeah. So this Goodham Awards 4 grain. And here's an observation that I made. I forget when I made this observation. Oh, I made it with Adam, with our friend Adam. Is that, and someone asked earlier in the chat, which we didn't answer, if Canadian whiskeys have regions. And I don't think they do. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. There's different styles that are done, but like by region, I don't think maybe there is much,
because the laws are so lax.
specific.
It's easy to explore, within 10 let's say 50-mile radius, 8 distilleries, and they all taste completely different.
Yeah.
So,
and then you have like Crown, which used to distill in Quebec, which does have a little bit of a different profile. I've had the pleasure of tasting the older Crown that was from, I believe, LaSalle was the location of the distillery, and now they're in Manitoba, I believe. So same distillery, moved locations, and they're pretty similar profiles still. So I don't think we have that much of the distinct difference in like the geography enough, and like the water is the same water more or less where it's being taken from, right?
Yeah.
Of course, now that there's a lot more single malts popping up, we might start to notice more regional things. Maybe like before that, like it's so blended that you blend out a lot of whatever the local terroir would end up being. Like maybe now that we're getting more single malts, we might start to notice. But as of now, I definitely haven't noticed a huge sort of geographical difference.
Because as far as I've been able to tell after having a couple of Canadian whiskeys in a small little tasting, and then just over the last year and a bit trying different whiskeys, is that there is a very clear taste of a blended Canadian whiskey, of a Canadian rye, essentially a blended Canadian whiskey. They all have the same sort of tone. The range might be a little bit different, but they're all within a confine. Almost like a typical bourbon, right? A lot of bourbons sort of like play around with this very similar taste, barring like one or a couple of different things. But Canadian whiskey's got this like, I don't know, I don't want to describe it as like off, but it's like a grainy, metallic medicinal weirdness going on. I don't know how to really describe it, but it's like it's constant in every blended Canadian whiskey that I've ever tried.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Yep, they're all in the same. I totally agree. The good analogy there with bourbon, in that the profile is very similar there, and every now and then you've got your one that kind of breaks that area and is out of the norm, like your Lot 40 Cask Strength, or maybe some of the Wiser's rare cask stuff. But yeah, even in those rare cask and in the Lot 40, there still is a portion of that you can tell is in that Canadian zone.
Yeah,
that you're talking about.
For sure. And thankfully, more and more distilleries are getting way outside of that zone these days, absolutely, as they're doing more experimenting and trying to separate out from that sort of classic Canadian sort of mentality of how to do whiskey.
Agreed. And there's a general rule I'd like to share with everyone that certainly is not universal, and it does not apply to everything, but more or less I find if you stick with Canadians that are bottled at more than 40%, they tend to be a tastier pour than your standard 40% Canadian, regardless of where it's from. There are certainly exceptions by all means. But all the notable special Canadians, I think, in the past few years, they're all bottled at higher than 40%. And I think it just shows a little bit more love before money.
Right. Andrew Sperl in the chat brings up a good point because they can add like 9% of whatever they want. So at the lower end, your bottom couple of shelves worth of Canadian whiskey, they're blending in who knows what to get a very consistent flavor profile, right? So you have to get into distilleries that are willing to very purposefully not play with that flexibility in adding extra flavoring and things.
I think Daniel has Daniel has a horror story about that, I think, with a specific bottle that he wanted. The CC40, the new CC40.
Oh yeah,
Explain this to the chat because they might not know because it's Canadian whiskey.
Well, and it's funny because since that post, and I have it saved because I took a screenshot and I did share it in that chat there, and on another page, it was mentioned by an actual staff member of Canadian Club that 40 or the 41-year-old one of the two, there was actually a portion of cognac blended into it. And
Right.
the loose laws that we have up here for our whiskey would allow for that. I'm not sure what the percentage was or anything like that, but it was somebody that mentioned, and it was a social media post by a legitimate Canadian Club employee saying that there's a bit of cognac blended into the spirit. And again, like I'm seeing if they did do that, it's obviously to extend a supply of the oldest whiskey we have bottled, right, from our country.
Sure.
And I did try it, and it wasn't the Wiser's 35 is twice as good in my opinion as the 40-year-old Canadian Club, which still is very very Canadian tasting.
Right. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try that one yet, but I have heard that a lot of people do prefer a lot of other things to the 40, which is interesting.
My whiskey den says I heard it's 9% maple syrup.
Could be
a bit too loud. Sorry.
What do you got there, Vito?
I'm tired of, like weird whiskey. Going for the dissertation, JP Weiser's Rare Cask Series dissertation.
Great.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. I'm really happy that I bought up a bottle. I'm really happy that I've been very sparing with my pours. So.
Excellent.
I have a sealed one here, so don't worry about that.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's good to know where to find a backup bottle, just in case you need it.
Very Canadian tasting, comes across like a polite insult.
And in this particular case, it kind of is.
Yeah. That's how we try to, this the backhanded insult.
The 11 Souls is fantastic.
Right?
I'm just finishing my dram on that now.
It is very tasty.
It is.
Oh my goodness. Oh my knee.
It was really interesting to hear Dr. Don speak at the masterclass. I don't know if you guys mentioned this yet in a video or a stream. I'll admittedly not be fully caught up.
Fill the people in.
So
fill in.
Me and Brad and another Canadian bastard, Scotty Swing, went to the Spirit of Toronto, which is a pretty swanky whiskey festival, and we attended a masterclass by Dr. Don Livermore, who is the master blender, master distiller for Corby in Canada here, which is Wiser's, Gooderham and Worts, Pike Creek.
Yep.
And Lot 40. And it was really interesting to hear him talk and do the masterclass, because he does have a PhD in blending and distilling. And what Vito's drinking right now, the dissertation, is actually the result of his dissertation, which he did on the effect of different barrels on whiskey. And he showed a bunch of slides and everything, and we tried the new releases that will be coming out this fall from all of those previously mentioned distilleries: Pike Creek, Lot 40, Wiser's, Gooderham, and Warts. And the passion that he has, combined with his knowledge and education, is a big reason why Canadian whiskey is taking the route that it's taking, in my opinion, because he's putting out all these interesting pours. He's doing experiments. He's trying new stuff. I believe the new Pike Creek, which is in an Oloroso cask, is, to my knowledge, the first Canadian in an Oloroso cask.
Think so.
So it was really interesting to see him talk about that type of stuff and see his passion and knowledge firsthand. And we see the results in the rare cask series Wisers and in the Lot 40 cask strength and whatnot.
The dissertation really is so good.
I'm getting to try that upcoming Lot 40 was worth putting on a suit. It is really damn good.
Big time. Yeah, that was pretty spectacular. That was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, and thank you, Brad, for that.
Very welcome.
Have any of you guys in the chat been to a masterclass with a distiller or blender before? If so, who did you see and how was it?
Well, Graham Young mentioned that he's attended several talks with Dr. Don. Man's a genius, and wow, the detail the guy knows his spirits.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and he was very approachable. It was a relatively, considering what the event was, it was a pretty small group. I'd say there was maybe like 40 or 50 people maybe in the room.
Something like that. Yeah, probably 40-ish.
That's more than I would think, truthfully.
But it was awesome. Yeah, so I agree with Graham. He is a genius, and he certainly does know his spirits. Right down, like, the science was unbelievable, down to fractions of a degree for toasting and charring barrels to get more vanillins released. Namely that new Lot 40, which we tasted.
Taking 100% rye and making it taste like melted French vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay. Science is weird, but I like it.
Yeah, when Brad looked at me and he said, "This is like French vanilla ice cream," and it's one of those whiskey bombs when someone says that to you and you're like, "Holy shit, that's what it is." Yeah, that was awesome.
It was so good.
Yeah, and I know Josh has attended a couple of master classes with the boys down in Balcones.
Yep.
And yeah, Balcones. Yeah, they had a blending master class there. I'm sure. I think a lot of the distilleries down in Texas are doing stuff like that. So, but there hasn't been, and no one's signing off. So maybe it's not as popular.
Do you think Texas?
Huh? I think my chat. Sorry, I think my chat froze because all I'm seeing is DH Silv. I think my chat froze. Who's that guy in the Whiskey Tribe Patreon that's always posting? Eric Schwab? Is it Eric Schwab?
Schwab, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And yeah, it was definitely missed a lot. Oh yeah. Okay.
So Graham attended a day-long series of master classes with Alan Winchester, master distiller of Glenlivet.
That would be cool.
Had like 50 cask strength samples. Wow. Great, but got blurry.
Yeah, that is believable.
Jeffrey Patron is apparently frozen in a vat of mist. Send help.
Oh, you don't need help, buddy. That's shower in that stuff. Feel the power. Feel the glory.
Just get a squeegee and just squeegee the mist away.
Yikes.
Yuckaroony.
Yuckaroony? Okay.
Yuckaroony.
Sure.
Oh boy. All right. So, this dissertation aside, I still have a couple of bottles that I haven't gone through yet, Brad.
Clearly.
From the stream. This is a leftover from our big stream. When I said that I was going to go through every single one of my bottles and test it to see which one you messed with.
Right.
So that Saturday I went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bottles. I have 8 more. I've knocked off 3 today. So it's I'm gonna, after this dissertation, I'm gonna open up a bottle tonight and see if that's the one that you messed with.
Oh, Ed from the Rot Gut Review just showed up in the chat. Hey, Ed.
It's about
Hey, Ed.
Always a good time. Yeah, you're late. God damn it, Ed.
For my next pour, I think I'm actually going to enjoy some 35-year-old Wisers.
Oh, that's a good call.
Stick it on that Don Livermore fix.
It's a good call, for sure.
No, I haven't found it, Jeremy, and yeah, it's really upsetting. Yeah, I was distracted by the White Walker, Andrew. My big thing is like I wanted to try and finish it all, so I had to stop drinking other things in order to. I did it for y'all. I did it for
y'all.
I did it for y'all. Y'all made me do it. Ooh, look at that 35-year-old. I wasn't talking about the bottle.
Hey.
Hi-yo.
Yo.
Graham did a Springbank tour and warehouse tasting on July 3rd with the distillery manager.
Oh,
and
sweet.
And just one other person. It was Ralphie Mitchell.
Oh, I remember. I recall Graham's post there. Got the picture with Ralphie there.
I didn't know that Ralphie's last name was Mitchell. When he said Ralphie Mitchell, I was like, wait a minute, Ralphie? No, like Mitchell? I was like, yep, Ralphie. Like, oh yeah, I saw the post that you put up on the tribe. Yeah.
Like Ralphie. Like there's only one Ralphie. Come on. It's
Hey.
Ralphie.
Yeah, the 35-year Wisers is 3 times the whiskey as the 40-year-old Canadian Club.
Wow.
I mean, it's Canadian Club at the end of the day, regardless of age.
That is true. I'm switching to some Two Brewers single malts.
Nice. I still haven't got to try any of the Two Brewers. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I've got that one, and I've got a peated version, so I'll bring some of both next time I'm down here.
Those the 2 that were on the Vault episode today?
Yep. Yeah, when I bought them, I bought 2 of each, figuring that I would bring 1 of each to the Vault.
And for that act of generosity,
I got demoted. I think
they're after us now. I was stripped of my Whiskey Pixie title, and now they've stripped you of your patron saintness.
Yep. You know what it is? Rex was a guest on our last stream. He probably doesn't watch the show. He found out how professional, how much of a threat our channel is to his empire, and now he's trying to crush us.
Yeah. We'll teach him.
Yeah, John V is saying they're threatened because we passed 1K. Exactly. Rex finally realized how much of a threat we are to the Vault.
It's okay. We'll show them in October.
That's fine.
I'm gonna bring some pixie dust with me and just pixie dust them.
Oh geez.
Yuckaroony. Nathan Robinson, I flipped the laundry, came back, Vito's hat's backwards, and he stopped talking with his hand, so it's getting serious now. I don't know. It's hard for me to observe my my actions from the outside sometimes because I could be feeling the exact same and just felt like switching it up. Grandma, good night. Cheers to you 3 and looking forward to the Cask Strength content. Thank you, sir, for your support and have a wonderful evening.
Cheers, Graham.
Cheers. Bat from the Whiskey Crusaders is saying Brad fail. I'm not sure what I did, but I'm sure I failed at it, so that's fine.
probably the demotion. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe.
I approve of the failure, whatever it was. That's on brand.
So I have a couple of things besides the need for a. Thank you, Jeremy. Besides the need for a super chat thing to do, I also want to take a vote, and we'll post a poll on Facebook. I'll try to do a poll on Facebook about. Oh, geez, I completely forgot where I was going. I got distracted by the chat beside me. I knew this was going to be a really bad idea.
How dare you?
How dare I?
It's a good thing we're bringing Dan in to add some professionalism to this nonsense.
It really is.
We're talking about taking polls.
Taking polls.
Jesus, Vito.
I know, right?
Oh, Vito.
Welcome to Cask Strength.
Yeah.
Holy mother of.
Oh, Matt. Vito tricked the White Walker.
Yes.
With a $5 super chat.
That's $5. You gotta have a sip, Vito.
It's literally only because it's Matt. I can't handle any more of that fucking swill. Okay, I'll save the dissertation for after. Oh, I gotta dirty a cup for this. You know what?
Just right out of the bottle. Just take a swig.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't deserve. It really doesn't deserve a glass. Polls. It was the super chat thing. Oh, yeah, success. A new nickname for me.
Oh yeah, now that you're no longer the whiskey pixie.
Yeah, we cannot overpower the Master Mooch decision. I am no longer the whiskey pixie, so we're gonna have to figure something else out. Hopefully, nothing too derogatory about my size. But yes, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out like that, Matt. I really, you owe me in October.
From the bottle, yes.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Why waste glassware?
Yeah.
Pixie life forever.
Pixie life forever. What Pixie life forever? Jason Unsworth. Whiskey Pony. No, I'm not. No, no, Jeremy.
Yes, Jeremy. You can't like the nickname that much. It has to be something that you're not super fond of. That's the whole.
The whiskey ginger's pretty accurate though.
Well, you sang the whiskey pony because it's like the whiskey stallion, only we.
The whiskey pony. The whiskey
pony. Ponies are pretty cool, man.
I feel like pony's trademarked.
Yeah, that seems legally problematic.
Mm-hmm.
But clever. That is clever.
It is clever. It would make merch difficult.
It would.
But it is clever.
It is.
All right. All right. I gotta wash off some of that White Walker. But to do that, I think we're going to end this. But I wanted to bring back something. Because I feel like we need to do this more. The Fiddly Bits segment. Sure. And if I want to bring that back. It's just something you want to recommend. It doesn't have to be whiskey related. Something that you've recently enjoyed, a book perhaps, a movie. So Dan, you being fresh, is there something you'd like to recommend?
Actually, I'd like to recommend Congo by Michael Crichton. It's a fantastic book. If you haven't read Michael Crichton, I suggest doing it. Books like Jurassic Park, and no, it's not like the film, The Lost World, The Andromeda Strain, and Congo, just to name a few. It's a fantastic book. He really likes to write with a strong female lead, and it's something that, at least in my experience, isn't super common. A lot of books I've read have had, you know, strong male leads, and that's fine too. But it's a great book. I don't want to leak too much about it, because for those of you that do like to read, and haven't read Congo by Michael Crichton, it's a fantastic read. This is my second time reading it. Actually, the first time I read it was many years ago, and I'm into it right now. And I'll quickly throw in another cool recommendation that's just a neat book. It's not necessarily the most concise or comprehensive book, but Graham Thurston actually had this when he came to Toronto with Brad during Brad's tasting, and it's a pretty neat book. The first part of it is got like charts and all of that type of jazz, like a tasting wheel. I don't know if I'm showing it good.
We got it.
Cool. And then it's got a whole bunch of just neat distilleries. There's Connemara right there. What do you know? We had some today. And then it's got kind of notes on it for every distillery and stuff. So for a whiskey related one, pretty neat little pickup. Kind of an interesting little book.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I could recommend a million books. I'm an obsessive reader.
Well, then the people that are looking for some book culture will definitely get it with you. I unfortunately am not a book reader.
We can fix that.
You just haven't read
between me and Dan, we could fix that.
Okay, try because my buddies tried, and I couldn't get through the first 20 pages of the Dark Tower series.
Okay, fantastic series.
I agree with that. But you got to get through the first 70, and then you'll be hooked.
Yeah, it's a slow start. Dark Tower is great, but Gunslinger, man, I don't know how you didn't get into that, because that is a great. The first book in Dark Tower is awesome.
I'm a completionist. I need to start from the beginning, and if the beginning doesn't get me, I just drop out.
You need to find the right book.
Yeah, I'm sure between you two, we can get something going.
Once you find the right book, you'll be hooked, dude.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for my recommendation, it's an old obsessive hobby of mine. Listening to podcasts, but one podcast in particular. So I used to. They've stopped now, but it's called the 10-Minute Podcast. If anyone's ever heard of them, of the podcast, it's literally 10-minute podcast episodes, and it's by Will Sasso, Brian Callen, and Chris D'Elia. So Will Sasso's actor, and then it was on Matt TV, and then Brian Callen and Chris D'Elia are comedians. The three of them are actually really good friends, and they just do they used to do 10-minute podcasts. So each episode's 10 minutes. They started in 2012, and they have like 300-400 episodes of content to go through. I've just recently started re-listening to all of them, and they are absolute gold. If you guys like a quick 10 minutes, like on a quick commute or whatever, definitely cue them up. 10-minute podcast, one of my favorite. Just pick up and listen podcasts there is.
Sweet,
nice.
I guess I'll go with not a book or a podcast then, and go with TV, because the third season of Legion started recently, and if you're not watching Legion, you need to watch Legion, because it is amazingly well done in every way, including the fact that this is going to be the last season, which was planned from the start as a 3-season show. No extensions, no nothing. That's the full story, however they planned it right from the beginning. Every episode is extremely bizarre. The structure is weird. Sometimes the credits run like 2 minutes before the end of the show instead of the beginning of the show. The music is all over the place. The style is everywhere. It's really hard to explain, but you need to watch Legion. Essentially, it's the story of Professor Xavier's kid, like from X-Men.
Oh shit!
But completely devoid of any sort of X-Men related things that you're familiar with, unless you read the Legion comic, which it's based off of. There are little nods, like if you know that going in, you'll get little references and things, but it's not like part of the X-Men universe in any sort of recognizable way. But it is about his kid dealing with mental illness and the like extreme levels of superpower. And it's really interesting, and the acting is great, and the music is great, and it's off the wall bonkers.
Awesome.
Nice. All right, so with that, let's call it a night. Dan, welcome aboard.
Absolutely, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's about time we got a professional in this thing.
God.
Yeah, so guys, thanks a lot for joining us for a bit of a conversation. Appreciate everyone that put in super chats. Again, they're not necessary, but they're lovely things. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking now because I'm really tired, and I can only imagine how tired Dan is feeling right now since he's about 3 hours past his bedtime.
Yeah.
It's okay. He'll get used to it. That's what caffeine is for.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, the next time you'll see us, unless Dan puts out some content next week, will probably be my new thing on our channel the following Monday, August 3rd. I think we said it was. Yes,
It's very possible that there will be a video from me before then.
Oh my, Brad video.
It's very, very possible. Seeing as I have filmed it and I just need to finish editing it, it's very possible. But I am also incredibly lazy, so I mean,
hell hath frozen over.
Exactly. That's good.
So yeah. Anyways, guys, cheers, and we'll see you in whenever we see you. Ciao. Cheers.
Cheers.